Hi, I'm Kerry Christian from the Germantown Town Board, and I'm here to talk about the Amtrak fences and gates proposal, the more recent commercial mooring proposal, and the thing that ties proposals like these to the LWRP, which is the Department of State's Coastal Consistency Review. Questions or comments? Please submit them by email or on the LWRP website. In 2018, Germantown found out that Amtrak was planning to install fences and gates along the railroad tracks in between our two waterfront parks, Lasher Park and Cheviot Park. Amtrak's goal was to completely eliminate access to this area, which has been informally used by fishermen, hikers, cyclists, and so on for many generations. In particular, Amtrak wanted to install 8-foot-tall iron fences and a gate across the service road near Lasher Park. They wanted to install 8-foot-tall iron fencing along the tracks at the foot of Main Street, and they wanted to install both the fencing and the gates at Cheviot Park. Germantown found out about this from neighboring communities because they had an LWRP. At that time, we did not have an LWRP, and we had very little leverage with Amtrak. The point of an LWRP is for a community to plan exactly how it wants to use our waterfront area and the waters off of our shoreline. Our plan will be submitted to the New York Department of State, and if approved, our plan will become part of New York State's coastal policies. When a federal agency like Amtrak wants to do something in an area covered by an LWRP, they have to seek coastal consistency review from the New York Department of State. And then it's the state's job to determine if the applicant's plans are consistent with the locality's LWRP. That's why an LWRP is a very powerful tool for a small community like Germantown. Another example is the commercial mooring proposal from earlier this year. The proposed mooring, a third of a mile south of Lasher Park, was for barges servicing the nearby Peckham and Colarusso sand and gravel operations. The mooring would be in an area used for recreation by all sorts of craft launched from the nearby public boat launch at Lasher Memorial Park. In addition, the mooring would be in the viewshed of many nearby sites, including Olana and the Catskill Mountain House, and it's in the viewshed of many properties in Germantown. Many residents are aware of the Army Corps of Engineers public comment period on the mooring, which ended recently, but the ACOE review actually followed a review by the New York Department of State for coastal consistency. We were not even notified of the consistency review because we don't have an approved LWRP. And because we lack an approved LWRP, the proposal was only looked at from the perspective of the state's generic coastal policies, and it was found to be consistent. Every LWRP includes a detailed harbor management plan, which lets the community address use of the waters along its shoreline. Perhaps the moorings coastal consistency review would have turned out differently if Germantown had an approved LWRP.